Hi guys, it's me again. It's your girl Queen B. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to properly style your box braids. Also, I'm going to be showing you how to make sure you contain your flyaways. So I'm going to be showing you that too. So first I'm going to start off with how I properly contain my flyaways and make sure I don't have a lot of flyaways in my braids. So what I like to use in mine, I use olive oil mousse, and that really works for my scalp. So I'm going to start by shaking it up, and I'm going to put maybe about this much in my scalp, in my hand, and I'm going to rub it in my hand, and I'm going to like section my braids in between. Have two big sections. So I'm going to start off with this section, and I just go like this and run my hand through my whole entire braids. And sometimes one thing of mousse will not help, so I have to use two handfuls of mousse or two pumps of mousse so that I get all of my braids. I'm going to add another pump to my hand. I'm going to shake it up again. I'm going to add about this much, rub it in my hands. I'm going to run it all the way through my braids. I make sure I get all of my braids. I get my ends too to make sure they don't be frizzy, and then I just get my roots of my scalp too. Just going to keep running my hand through it. Make sure I get all of my mousse out my head. Once I do that, I'm going to swing this section to the back, and then I'm going to start on this section. Sometimes it takes a total of 4 pumps of mousse, but then sometimes it may take 5. This is another pump. This is my 3rd pump of mousse. So I'm going to put it in my hands. I'm going to run it through all the way down my braids. Go all the way down to my ends. I may have to add another pump, but the way it's looking, I may not need to. But I'm going to add another pump, another thing of mousse just to be safe. So this is my 4th pump of mousse. I'm going to run it through. And then once I have done that, I'm going to run it all the way down to the ends, and then I'm going to put this to the back. And now I'm going to start styling my hair. So the first style I'm going to do is a simple style. I'm just going to take this much, and then I'm just going to bring it to the back. This is like a quick style when you really don't want to do too much. You just want to go like you run into the store, you want to do something really quick. So this is how it looks from the back of it. And then you can do this style, or you can do another one. You can bring this side and bring it this much and bring it to this side of the braids. And it's still like a style that you can tie your braids up in the back. I'm going to take about this much of my braids. And I'm going to do the same style, but I'm having a little side bang on this side. And I'm going to tie it in the back. And then this is how it looks from the back of it. And then I'm going to take it out. Another one that I like doing too, I'm going to go back to my middle part that I love doing. Every time when I get braids, I always like having my braids to the middle. I like having a middle part, so it's easier for me to style it a certain way. So I'm going to take about 4 braids on this side. I'm going to do 4. About 4. And I'm going to do like a twist little head wrap thing, if you want to call it like that. So I'm going to twist this side. I'm not going to go all the way down because it's really going to be irritating. So I'm going to stop right here. And then I like to do this. I like to put this in my mouth so I can hold it. And I'll work on this side. And 4 on this side too. I'm going to have 4 on this side too. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did to this side, I'm going to do to the other side. I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm going to stop about right here. And then I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to bring them to the back. And then sometimes if I have one all the way down, I would use my nails and I would kind of comb them out. And then I would just do this and tie it. And then this is the front view of it from the front. And then this is the back view of it. Then I would take this down and untwist these. That's more like of a cute, like quick style too. Like if you want to be cute and you want to do something quick and easy, you can do that style. Another one I'm going to do is like a half up, half down. I'm going to take majority of my front braids and kind of bring them to the front. Bring them up. So it's going to look like this. And if you want to add more to the front of your braids, you can. Normally this how many braids I do use when I do my half up, half down. I'm going to put these in a ponytail. You can use any type of hair tie, but in my case, I use a black one because it's more, you can tell I have a hair tie on my head, and then sometimes you can't tell, and it's much more easier to use a black one, or you want to call it an elastic band. This is how it looks from the front. It doesn't have to be perfect. In my case, I don't really like it to be too tight. I like it to be loose sometimes, and then sometimes I may like it tight. This is the front view of it, and then this is the back view of it. And then you also can do like still a half up, half down, but it's a bun type of way. So when I do my buns, I separate it into two sections. So one section is going to be going one way, and the other section is going the other way. So I'm going to twist this side. I like to start on this side because it's easier for me. In my opinion, I like starting on this side. And then I just take this excess and I just bring it up. When I do my twist, I bring it around. Keep bringing it around, and then I tuck it. Once I get back to the front of my head, I tuck it. And then I start on this side. And then I do the same thing and bring it around. And then sometimes if it don't feel like it's still secure, I will take a braid from like the back, and then I would get this one and I would just bring it around. So I don't have to use another elastic band. I will use a braid. And then I'm going to, like, you can do your edges and then you can't, but I'm going to do my edges. So I'm going to show y'all how I do my edges and what I use to do my edges. So let me get that together. And then I would get, I use Eco Styling Gel. And then what I use for it, I use this S brush. I use this. So I'm gonna start by combing down my edges. I use the comb side to get all my edges because I have a lot of baby hair in the front. So I use the comb style side. And then once I have done that, I will take my lid up on my Eco Styling Gel. And then I would do this. I would get a little bit, and then I would start on this side and just do my edges. In my case, my edges really don't stay down that much, so I have to use a little bit more Eco Styling Gel because my edges tend to like curl up because I'm natural. So sometimes when I be doing my Eco Styling Gel and my edges, they tend to curl up, so it doesn't really stay. As you can see, it's not really staying, so I have to keep doing it until it stays. There we go. Then I will do this side too. And sometimes if I have too much Eco Styling Gel, I would get like a piece of tissue and I would take some of it off. And in this case, I have too much, so I'm going to use my tissue to get rid of some of it. And then I'm going to get some of it off with my brush too. So I'm going to do that. And then I like to do my side where my ear is too. But I really don't use that much Eco Styling Gel because there's really not that much hair on the side. So I've used about this much, and this side looks on that side. I'm going to do the same thing I did to this side on this side. And then if you can tell, I'm going back to this side because this side is not staying for some certain reason. So, and once I put my scarf on it, it should stay. I put my scarf on for maybe like 30 seconds. Yeah, I have it on for 30 seconds. Sometimes it may be 20, depending on how much Eco Styling Gel I have used on my edges. And I would do that. I'm going to do the same thing to this side. And we'll do this to this side too. Like I said, I really don't use that much because I don't have that much hair that's right here. And I will go back and fix any flyaways that I see in the mirror. Then once I have done that, I tend to use a silk scarf because in my opinion, this works better for me and it makes sure my edges stay. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to fold it about 3 times. And it's going to look like this. I put it around my edges. And then I bring it back to the front. I tighten it. I really don't end up doing a bow. I just leave it like this. Or sometimes I may do like a quick bow. And I'm just going to do a quick bow. So it's like that. And it's not perfect. And I'm going to let it sit for... I'm going to let this sit for 20 seconds. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to count in my head. Okay. I'm going to take it off. I take it off slow because when I tend to take it off fast, it doesn't look right. Oh, here we go. This is how it looked when after I've done it. This is the 4th style. So sometimes I tend to have my braids to the front and I do it like this. Then sometimes I do it to the back. This is the front view of it. This is the back view of it. And then another style that I do too, I'm gonna do a high pony. So I'm gonna take this down. Take this down and untwist it. I'm gonna take off my hair tie. I'm gonna just do like that. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this stretched out hair tie. And I'm gonna have it around my arm. I'm gonna swing all my braids to the front of my head. So I'm just gonna go this. Make sure they're all to the front. I'm gonna take this hair tie. I'm gonna come from the back and I'm gonna sweep under my braids. Once I have done that, I'm going to put it around them and I'm gonna tie it again. I tend to tie my hair tie twice because sometimes 2 turns work and then sometimes I would do 3. Depending on if I want it to be loose, I would do 2. But if I want it to be tight, I would do 3. So I'm going to take one side, I'm going to tighten it and I'm going to twist it again. I'm going to grab my braids, use that hair tie and sweep under them. And then once I have done that, I'll kind of pull it down to make sure that it's right where I need it to be. And then I would kind of like fix the back of it and feel like if I see like it's kind of bumpy in the back, I will push them in and then I will swing it up. And then if I see like one that doesn't look right, I would kind of like put it under and then take my finger and grab that one braid that doesn't look right and do that. And I tend to do my hair like this, and then I would like part it like that, and I would do this, and then, or I can take a braid from the back, maybe like 2 braids from the back or 3, and I would wrap it around here so you can kind of hide the hair tie. If I really don't want the hair tie to show, I would take 3 braids from the back and wrap it around so you can't see the hair tie. So here's that style. Here's a front view, and then here's a back view. And then also, you can do like a bun with this too. Like I would take the braids that I have wrapped around the hair tie, and I would take those out. I would do the same thing that I did when I showed you the little bun at the top. I would section it off. I'm going to start on this side. And then I'm going to twist this side. Twist it all the way down to the ends, and then I'm going to take the other side of the braids, pull that up and out of the way. I'm going to wrap it around, and once I get to the front, I'm going to tuck it. Sometimes the tuck method works, and then sometimes it doesn't work. In my case, it works sometimes, and then sometimes it doesn't work sometimes. I'm going to twist this side. Then I'm going to swing it. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to go from here. Actually, I'm going to go from the back and bring it to the front. I probably got to retwist it. Yes, I did. I got to retwist it because it didn't stay. And then sometimes if you see like these parts, you can just tuck them in so that it doesn't look bulky. I'm going to twist this side. I'm going to bring it to this side of my head. I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm going to tuck it once I get to the front. This is how it looks. This is the bun up, and you can tuck them in. This is the front view. This is the back view, and you can kind of tell that they're kind of bulky in the back because I loosened the ponytail holder while I was doing the bun so that it wouldn't be feeling like it's pulling on the back of my head. So this is this style, and then another style you can do, you can take the bun out and still have your high ponytail, and then you can take 2 braids from the front and do a style like this, and then you can just have this style. You can do it that way. You can tighten it or you can loosen it. I'm going to tighten it, so I'm going to take all my braids up, and I'm going to tighten from the back, and I'm going to grab one of the hair ties, and I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to do that, and that's going to keep it tight. You can do this. This is another style you can do. Also, you can do a bun too, and you can have the 2 braids in the front. And I'm going to take this side, I'm going to twist it up. And I'm going to go from this side and bring it around. You can go from either side you want, but I want to go from this side because it looks better this way. This is the, you can tuck the excess braids under and you can do this and form it, like kind of mold it with your hand to make it stay. And if you have like pieces that are still kind of like out, like this one is out, I can twist it and kind of tuck it like that. This is another style you can do. Or you can take these two that you have and use it as like a hold and go like this too to make it work. And sometimes I do this and then sometimes I don't do this. But I feel like it's still kind of cute too that you can do this way. Once I tuck these ones in, there we go. And I will use this one and go from this side and bring it around. And then this is that style. This is a front view of it, and then this is a back view of it. So that's all the styles that I do with my head, with my box braids. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.